Hey, what is up there, guys, and welcome back to a brand new episode of The Evolve. How you guys doing on today? You know what? I'm doing all right. So today we want to get right into it because we have just one story and one piece of information that I want to put out there. We all know Crooked. Crooked is a longtime friend and collaborator with Eminem, and also a lot of newer people had just realized Crooked from his Crooked's Corner that he runs here on YouTube when he had Eminem on it. Now some people are still kind of reminiscing and still kind of triggered with what Eminem had said, where Eminem had revealed and exposed that, hey, I absolutely is a guest inside of hip-hop. As we know, Lord Jamar and his friends, they went around and they celebrated the victory of getting Eminem to admit that he was a guest. But we're not here to talk about that, because we're here to talk about more pressing, more interesting and exciting news. And that is the fact that, Crooked, he is really pushing for Crooked, he wants a whole album with Eminem. I mean, on yesterday, he had put it out a tweet, and, he was responding to a tweet that he actually wants fans to help him make that happen. Now, before I show you all and we go into the tweet and more information, I do think it's important for me to remind everyone, and just in case you all didn't know, that this is not the first time that Crooked had basically kind of reached out, but not directly, but kind of said, hey, yo, I'm I'm ready, if you want to, I'm down. Because late last year, Crooked did put out this tweet where he basically said, you know what? Now, this comes in around about September 2019, and he stated in this tweet, he said, the first record I would do with M would be exactly what people expected. Lyrical mayhem. Now, the second and the third and the fourth and the fifth records all would be straight hood. I want to test the recent theories. So basically in September, he spoke on wanting to do a whole body and project of work with Eminem, from not just one record, but he had already had plans of what the feel and the theme of this album would be. Basically, it would be the first track and the first record would be what Eminem does. Lyrical mayhem, bars on top of bars on top of bars, and so many metaphors. Just what people expect. But it's the second part that is funny, because he said all rest of it would be to test theories. It would be straight hood stuff. Now, why would Crooked want to do an album like that with Eminem? Eminem music is not directly what you would call hood. I'm trying to stay monetized, people. But I believe that, when I seen this tweet months ago, I knew that the theory that Crooked wanted to test was the theory of Lord Jamar, where nobody, I think Lil Volve said it best. Can we play Lil Volve?
He's not even relevant. He's a guest in hip-hop. Revival, you're trash! Kamikaze, you're trash! Some Shady LP, yep, actually that was kinda good. He's the seed. He already admitted he's a guest. Rap gods can't be white. More thing, don't nobody listen to Eminem in my hood.
Lil Devolving, guys, go check his channel. He put out some amazing content. It's super funny. But anyway, so basically, Crooked wants to test the theory that nobody, and he wants to see if, Eminem were to make a hood joint with him, would people listen? testing out recent theory. Now, people in the comment section, like Chaz, he caught on to this. He said, you want to test if Eminem can make a hood joint. And also McGinn, he also said, I would love you to test that theory too. See if you can have people in the hood bumping M in their whipping. So, what do you all think? Now, that was back then in September. So now it got brung up again. You see, a user by the name of Sean P, a few hours ago, he sent out a tweet to Crooked, and this is what he asked him. He said, hey, yo, Crooked, hey, man, I know you probably hear this all the time, but when are you and Eminem going to do an entire album together? Like him and Royce. It would be number one. Now Crooked, he did see this tweet and he acknowledged and he spoke on the possibility and wanting to do a album with Eminem once again, because this was Crooked's response. Crooked simply said, when social distancing is over, let's all go to Detroit and speak to him about this. I'm serious. Who's with me? And that's what Crooked response was. Not only was Crooked like, I've been trying, people. I've been trying since September, since long before that, to get a whole project and try to get me and him to do a whole project together. Maybe you fans can come to Detroit. Now, he wasn't physically saying come to Detroit, but he was trying to give a sense of urgency, a sense of seriousness, that he's serious about wanting to do a album, even if it takes, asking the fans and stands. That's how serious he is about this. So Crooked, he's asking for you guys' help to help him. Go out and go to Crooked's page and go feel free to retag and let Eminem know, hey, let's make this happen. Now, some people already have some names for this album and what it would be called. I think there was 2 on Twitter, and a lot of people already responded to this. My Nerdy Adventure said, hey, it can be called Shady Crooks. Keith just wanted to let Crooked know, hey, I'm with you. Let's go. Now, tweeting was a little bit skeptical of Crooked's plan, because he was like, okay, so we just show up at his house demanding a crew album? Cool story, bro. Cool story. Alfred said, you know what? I would much rather have an album with you and M than M and Royce. What do you all think of that? Or do you all feel the same way? If you had to only choose one, would it be M and Royce or M and Crooked? That's a great question. I do want to know what you all say in the comments on that one. Mr. he said that, hey, just replace Joe Budden with Eminem and give us a Slaughterhouse album. We waiting on. Now, here's the thing about that, because I have heard that dialogue quite a bit. Far as let's just replace Joe Budden and let's get a Slaughterhouse album. Because honestly, when you look at it, everyone from the Slaughterhouse group, they are on board with ready to get in the studio today and go ahead and make an album, except Joe. Now, Joe has his reasons. Joe have said before, one of the things that Joe said, that if they get away from Shady Records, then he would do something. He would make an album. And also, he has stated that he was also retired. And also, he had stated he wants to make sure that they get all the profits and proceeding in order to make this happen. So there are a few standards and expectations that Joe have in order to make this happen. So that's why people say that, hey, let's just replace Joe and let's have a Slaughterhouse album. But I gotta say, as much as we talk and mess around and pick and joke and be petty with Joe on this channel, I gotta say that I'm with Joe on this, because he did say something in the past. He did say that you can't have a Slaughterhouse without Joe. it would no longer be a slaughterhouse. And Royce had mimicked him on that. Royce said, no, we would never replace Joe because it would not be Slaughterhouse anymore. I agree 100%. I mean, you take a channel, I don't know, let me think of a good YouTube channel. Oh, you take a channel like The Evolve. Now, if you get rid of The Evolve, you get rid of me and you replace it with a new host or someone else, then it would no longer be The Evolve. It would be something else. Yeah, it'll be the same setting or the same type of atmosphere and flow, but if you take a person out, then it's no longer the same. You know, so I agree with that, and that's why I agree. So I agree when Joe say that it would not be Slaughterhouse anymore. Now, with regards to this collab, there are some that wasn't really feeling, you know, the Crooked and the Eminem collab. One just said that, you know, I just think, well, okay, but I believe you guys have a stronger purpose. Now, someone by the name of Eminem is Garbage, now, he did have some rough words for Crooked. He said that, Crooked, if you think that that's gonna happen, you're delusional. Because Eminem, he doesn't give about you at all. He's a corny garbage. Can't say the word because I've learned that gets you demonetized for saying that word. But you guys get it. That's what. But we've heard that dialogue before. But anyway, we are coming to the ending of this video. And you know what? I want to know, honestly, there are two things I want to know in the comment. One, I do want to know, would you prefer a Eminem and Royce or a Eminem and Crooked if you had to choose just one? Next, I want to know, how do you all feel about a collab or an album? Or you think that there are some other projects that we should work on? Do you think Slaughterhouse should come together and do something? What do you all know? I want to know the future of these fellas because we are talking about some amazing lyrical lyricists. And Eminem and Crooked and Joel and Royce. So, what do you all think? If you are new to the channel, I do say be sure to subscribe. We have a lot of fun here. And if you don't want to subscribe, that's all right too. Be sure to leave a hate comment or whatever. You know, I can use, you know, whatever, because let me tell you, I'm not gonna always be right, and you have a right to your own opinion. You don't always have to agree with me. It's okay to be wrong. Guys, as always, KIP, keep it positive. I'll see y'all next video. In the tunnel of gangsters in the land of the killers, sinners minus the sanctum. Only your unholy, only this God, and everybody just feels like they can relate. I guess words are a mother. Oh, guess I better cut this off.